Uh, hey, this is Paul, Zeph HVAC. I just went through a process of setting up the 301C and the E3SM controller. I had issues setting them up and trying to get them all linked up together, and I was just confusing. The manual didn't seem to make sense. I tried everything. I tried Google, forums, everything. I wasn't really getting it. So it took a while, but I finally got it going and what I need to. The system is basically hooking up to an HRV to go into high on the second alarm to kick the HRV into high fan speed. It's for a shop, so spent a lot of time on it. Finally got it going, and it's the first issue I had was just not the 301C wasn't seeing the actual it wasn't seeing the other controllers, so the 301C wasn't seeing all the E3CM sensors, and it was causing issues. Couldn't do it. I'm just gonna kind of go through the process of how I got them all to link up, how I got them to get an output on the relay to kick the fans into high speed. So yeah, I have 6 sensors around here in this shop. I have 3 carbon monoxide at 5 feet, and then I have 3 nitrogen dioxide 2 feet from the ceiling. So the first thing that you want to do is go to each sensor, and you need to have them on a different address. So each sensor is an individual address. I thought on the manual it said that all 3 sensors, if you're going for carbon monoxide, needs to be on one channel or one address for each. So, but that's not how it is. It needs to be each E3SM sensor needs to be on its own address. That's the first thing I did. So I'm going to walk through that with you on how to set each sensor to its own address. So you go to this sensor, you go to on. So I set this one to already 1, but I'll just kind of go through it again. So the way you do it, you put in your password, you go to HA, that's the standard for each unit. So you go to here, menu network, add, and I set that basically to 1. And so they're all gonna come the same address. You need to go to each individually and you need to set it up. And I'm just gonna go through. So next, make sure you're also, your network protocol, you're on Modbus, because that's the way it's communicating through Modbus. And then the next is BACnet. Make sure that's on 0. It doesn't really matter, not applicable to us. And then go to baud rate is 9600. So make sure all the settings are the same on each one except all of them except the network address. The address for each sensor needs to be different. So once you do that, you go to the E3 point sensor. So before it was giving me faults, it didn't even see any of these, but now I can kind of go through each one. You could see the 6 sensors are all there linked up, but before I couldn't even get this and couldn't get it going. So once you change the addresses to each of the sensors in the shop, all 3 are different, you hook it up to here, you put it in, you put in the password. I forget what the password is. I changed it already. I put it to 1000 just so it's easier for me to get in without doing that long number. But once you are in there, press network, and you go to network and you set reset and scan. Once you press reset and scan, it will go through its thing, all that, and then you'll just exit it, and you should see all 3 of your sensors that you linked up. If it is so if you don't see the sensors linked up to your 301C controller, then you have a wiring issue. Make sure all your sensors are daisy chained together, and make sure they are no morettes in them. They're going from one sensor right into the other, and then from the other sensor right into each. So it will be a wiring issue if it isn't linking up here. And then, yeah, so that's just a quick tutorial on how to set up all three of the sensors together. If you have any questions in the comments on how to hook it up to the relays, just give a comment and I'll explain that in the next video.